This is a tree called rose sandalwood, and it's also botanical name is Olea. Uh, Olea dioica, I think that's how it's pronounced. And yeah, I've written it on the title of the video. So this one, it belongs to that olive family, it seems. And these olives, there are some 30 or 40 species of them. Mainly, they are found in that southern Europe, Mediterranean region. Then some parts of this those Gulf countries, and then Asia. A lot of many variations are there in this olive family inside Asia in the tropical regions. And though this description doesn't totally match what I read in the books, my Facebook groups told me that this is that Olea dioica. Anyway, what I could gather about the tree, I'll tell a little bit. It's a beautiful tree. That's the tree over there with that pothos candens climbing. And it becomes quite tall, about 15-20 meters. That means some 50-60 feet. Not exactly very big, but medium to large. And the flowers, they are creamy white flowers, and then they tend, sometimes they get that pinkish tinge. So I showed that pinkish tinge just now. We can have one more look at it. Because these trees, it's hard to find them. It's hard to find a specimen where the flowers and all are low enough for photographing and all. So this pinkish hue is very nice. That color is nice to see. Then otherwise most of the flowers are like this creamish color is there. Then the bark is supposed to be somewhat smooth, but here you can see the bark is a bit rough to my eyes at least. We'll go and have a closer look at it. So leaves are smooth and somewhat lightly leathery, and then it has a purple colored droops, it seems, those olives. And then I couldn't find any literature on about those olives, except that in one list it was mentioned as a drought food. So in emergencies probably that olive can be eaten, otherwise it's not consumed by humans. Maybe birds and all must be eating it. Then apart from that, this rose sandalwood, Olea dioica, it's called Bili Sarali in Kannada. It has lot of names in Kannada language because it's a plant of Karnataka. Quite few districts of Karnataka have this rose sandalwood, and it's called rose sandalwood because it's called rose sandalwood because the freshly cut wood smells kind of like rose, it seems. Then it's not considered as suitable for, I mean, it's not that valuable, that wood. And It is mainly used for things like cabinets and all that. Some light furniture and all you can do with that wood. Then other properties, little bit research has been done on its antioxidant potential and all, and it has been found to contain a lot of antioxidants, and it has some potential as a for pharmaceutical industry and all. So that is the bark. Doesn't exactly look smooth to my eyes, but they say it is smooth. So maybe it's a variation. So that's how that bark looks. Then it's a nice big tree. Beautiful tree actually. The whole shape and all is very pleasing. And the sad part is, such a nice tree. It's a native of India, and then looks also quite showy. Those leaves kind of hang down, and that gives a nice appearance. It's quite shady evergreen also. So it has all the properties needed to serve as a avenue tree and all. Whereas our city planners and gardeners and all, everywhere they have filled up these useless exotic trees, completely neglected our own rare flora. This tree looks so beautiful. It has a lovely appearance. I don't see why it can't be accommodated in our parks and gardens and avenues and all kind of places, farm borders. It's a very pretty tree. So this is one tree I would recommend to be used more aggressively by the city authorities and our gardeners, and particularly these landscape people can incorporate all these beautiful trees into their projects. These bigger landscape projects, don't have any money constraints. They can source and all, because it's done by large organizations, these bigger projects, and they can source all these trees and patronize them. Then the nursery trade will take it up, and it will become available in nurseries. Right now I don't think any nursery is offering it, or maybe somewhere some odd nursery may be offering, because there will no takers. Some nursery takes the trouble to multiply all these species. First of all, people haven't even heard about these trees. I myself, after looking at trees for last almost 50 years, first time I am noticing this, and then I looked up and got the identity and all. So ordinary people just don't know that such a thing as red sandalwood is there and all. Maybe older generation of villagers will know, not these youngsters. And this one grows in the coastal and that Western Ghats region of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala, and then some parts of Tamil Nadu, as well as in Vietnam, it seems. That's what I could read. There are some populations of this tree in Vietnam. So it's our own tree. And those droops and all, I'm sure they provide some kind of food for birds and all. Birds and monkeys, hornbills and all must be eating those fruits, those droops, which are considered as a drought food. So drought food means normally it's not exactly not toxic, but not tasty. So people don't like to eat it. But if nothing else is there, they'll eat. So that category, monkeys and all will be eating, I'm sure. Also, I couldn't find any reference to this tree in Ayurvedic texts, the text that I refer to. So, whatever it does have, when you look at it closely from a distance, it does look a bit like that sandalwood, the leaves and all. And it's very beautiful. That much I'm convinced after looking at the actual flowering and that pinkish tone that some of these older flowers get. All in all, it's a beautiful tree. So any serious gardener, biodiversity, landscaping people, natural farming, all should save some of these trees and in their lands and gardens so that it's there, it continues. It doesn't seem to be very fast growing also by the look of it. So that's a bit about this Olea dioicus, and also called as rose sandalwood.